Hola, it's Jhenè with brown sugar talk on the black unicorn styles. It is. Oh my god, so body language by Jhenè. Jhenè, that is such a. I've been calling this woman Aiko, and it's actually Jhenè Aiko. I love it. It's like her and Big Sean got a video. Um, so yeah, it's called Body Language, and it's cute because it's like all these black movies that were great in the 90s, 2000s. That was some good stuff. And I love how they set the video up. I simply adore it. It is just so cute. And I like that his girlfriend is his model. He don't even need nothing. He don't need nothing else. He don't need nothing else. He don't need it. I love that. That is like some of the dopest stuff ever. Okay, I'm trying to try something new with my makeup. I don't like the way I look on camera yet. But today we're going to talk about self-control and how anger is induced in that. Because this dog, I'm human. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm upset with this damn dog. And I'm going to feel guilty about it later. That's why I don't put myself in situations like this. That's probably why the dog got to go. Because it's not a healthy situation for me or my son. So what's happening is the dog does not want to connect to me. And that's okay, Because that's not always going to happen where everything does. But the problem with that is that my son does not like the dog, I think, for that reason. Because the dog always wants my son, and he does not. It's not like, even with our other dog, we say that the dog is just like the dog pick and choose between us, but she doesn't. Like, it'll be like whoever needs her help at that time, that's who she gonna go to. So like, if it's a day where I'm sad, my son don't know I'm sad, but then the dog can hang out with me. And if it's a day my son is sad, the dog will hang out with my son. And actually, the dog prefers to hang out with my son. So even at night, the dog would leave me and go and hang out with my son and go sleep with my son. And so that's why I'm like, so now this dog is either my son or the highway. And I think that has been a problem. So not only that, the dog wants to poop everywhere. He wants to poop all over the house, even after being punished. And so my thing is that I don't like filth, and it actually gives me anxiety. Like right now I have a headache, but that's probably because it's something outside right now. It's like it smelled like something natural was on my hand, like some kind of pollen or something like that. So going in and out of side like that too, that's driving me crazy because now I got this pollen shit on my hand. I got a headache. You see, all this shit is because of this goddamn dog. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like I am wasting. That's how I feel. Like I'm wasting good time that I could be doing something else because I gotta do my art. Instead, I'm trying to worry about when the dog gonna pee, when the dog gonna poop, how I gotta get the poop up. What? What you doing? What's wrong? What happened to it? Because I'm in the middle of a video. So yeah, so that's the whole thing. It's like I'm still worried about this. So what happens is like it drives me to anger. And so with that, I know that I have to have some kind of self-control. And it's like I have never lied and told anybody that I don't have a temper, because I do. And so it takes a lot for me. It took a lot for me to get to a point where I didn't cuss people out and tell them off right away. That took a lot. It took a long time. And so for somebody to want to put me back in a situation where that's what I have to do, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like that is what it needs to be done, because I don't have that part is not a healing part. And I feel like I don't have to heal it because sometimes people will still fucking cross you. And it's like, what the fuck are you crossing me for? You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you crossing me for? Like, what is your fucking problem? And so, since this dog also came here with like a lie, you see, and it was a lie that did not have to be told. You know, we would have still took the dog, but the thing was, it's like the person just kept lying. And so then I had to call him and cuss him out too. And that's why I don't think I need to heal that part of myself because other people don't heal parts of themselves. It was no reason for this man to do what he just did. It was none whatsoever. So that also leads to my anger too. So now I'm not processing everything properly because now I have a headache, right? Because I've been taking the dog out every 2 hours, and I think, you see what I'm saying, and I already know that somebody probably put something in the dog or told the dog to wake up or try to wake the dog up. The dog has not slept through a whole night at all, and that is not natural. This dog is the youngest thing in this house, and it sleeps the least amount of time. That is not normal. If this thing is a young thing, right, it's usually those animals sleep longer than the adults do. This is not even a joke. It's not a game. There is really something wrong with this dog. And so this also led me to think about control. So first I'm going to start with like the 3 types of self-control. And then I'm going to talk about anger and how it connects. Because everybody really knows that that's really what it is. And it's you that has to have the self-control. But at the same time, I still think that this is something that relates to people. And I'm going to do it from a child's point of view because we still have a child inside of us that has this issue. It's not that we have this as an adult. We have these issues as children. You see, and we move that into our adult life. This dog is pissing me completely the fuck off. And it's not even a joke. You see? Because now the dog is the outlier in the house because something has told this dog adults are not for you. You know, kids are for you. I would really love to spend time with the dog, but it's not going to happen. The dog is not connecting into our house. So the dog has to go. It's either you come in and you know and you feel and you move. And this is the other thing I was thinking about too. This is how men come in too. Sometimes men will come in, they'll try to, it's like a divide and conquer. Why would you divide us? You see, because that's the part that will not happen. The part that will happen though is that somebody else will be pushed out. The person that's trying to create the division will be pushed out. That's how I feel too about this dog. It's like a divide thing. No, we're not going to divide because somebody still got to take care of your ass. Because in the end, the parent always has to end up taking care of the pet, period. Right? So now, this dog is dividing, trying to divide. It's like, no, you not the person that will do that. Or you not the thing that will do that. What will happen is you will be pushed away. And that is what's happening. We are totally pushing this dog out this fucking house. And that's exactly what's happening. As much as we try, that's as hard as we try to push too. So it's almost like a balance. It's almost like it's equal. Like we still kind of want to help the dog, but at the same time we don't want the dog to eat. So impulse control, what it means, the ability to stop and think before acting. It lets us think through consequences before we do something. So that's the whole thing, like impulse control. Some people don't have it. I remember I had a classroom with iPads, and you would be on your iPad and somebody else will touch your iPad, and it's like you don't have any impulse control, none whatsoever. You know, somebody that interrupts your conversation, speaks out. This says not getting started on homework until close to bedtime. That don't sound like impulse control. That sounds like a procrastinator. Rush through assignments. That's impulse control. Follow rules one day but not the next. That's impulse control because they don't have the empathy built up yet in order for them to be like, okay, I gotta stop. So this is like it. You have to stop. Like that's a self-control issue. If you keep going into somebody's space, if you keep fucking up shit at somebody else's place or doing whatever, that's impulse control. Because you actually have to think that out. Like, I think this said you have to think it out, but sometimes it's not the control is for you to think before it happens. But really, people who have impulse issues do not think before anything happens. But if you had to think it out and you still did it anyway, that's when it becomes premeditated because you thought about it. But some people do not have control over their own impulses. And that is what's happening right now. You see? Because now I'm just like, I'm about to fuck you up. I am about to fuck you up. Because you keep shitting and pooping in my fucking house. And that ain't shit that I'm trying to deal with right now. Because it's nasty. You know? And even to get the dog, the poop to be of a consistent nature. To have a day to get the rotted poop out of this dog's body. And I don't think that's it. I think it's like what? It probably was 4 days to get this rotted infestation out of this dog's body. It didn't make sense for this dog poop to smell like a fucking wild ass animal. It just had it. Why would that be a problem? Like, why was that an issue? You see? And so it's almost like if I was prepared for that, I would have been okay. But no, I am stuck in anger. I am stuck in anger because somebody could have easily just told me the truth and then dropped off the dog. That's it. Emotional control. The ability to manage feelings. It helps us keep going even when upsetting or unexpected things happen. And that's good. I do have emotional control. But I have low tolerance for bullshit. You see, it's a big difference. So emotional control, if they don't have it, they get easily frustrated and give up. They don't handle criticism well. They have a hard time calming down. Have trouble keeping their cool when someone upsets or annoys them. I know a lot of people with emotional control issues. That's like a quick temper. I used to have a quick temper. I don't. Like, I really don't. Like, I actually can control it. Inside of myself, though, I'd be like, I need to knock this motherfucker out. And I think even in my situation now, I think it's too many people talking and not enough people stopping. So that's the whole thing. They need to stop. And it's like, it's so critical. Because I know that I didn't touch anything outside that had any kind of, like, something on her. The neighbor next door I think he was rubbing nicotine on the door. So I tried to put a bag on the door to cover up the nicotine. Now, they probably put something, it smelled like something that used to be in one of the classrooms or something like pollen or something like that. Like, if I actually feel like I have a sinus headache. And I know that's not me. And I'm not like they are actually over here trying to do little shit like that to fuck with me. My head is fucking hurt. And it does feel like it's a sinus headache. And it's really not. It's probably from allergies. Okay. Movement control. What it means, the ability to control how our body moves. It regulates us what we do physically in an appropriate way. This one is like where a kid may be overly active or restless. They may have trouble sitting still, staying in line while they're waiting their turn, disrupt games and conversations with their movements. This is not what I'm saying. This I don't know. Some people have issues with people moving because they older, you know, and that's what this dog has. Like, it's like movement control. Like, every fucking 2 hours, this dog is like actually walking around the fucking house. Not to compare this dog to a human or anything like that, but some kids do have that. Like, it's like where you can't move. People do too. Like, they just keep moving the whole fucking time, and it's like they want to use that as an excuse for something. And it's like, sometimes it's not. It's like sometimes you actually have to just practice your meditation. Just practice sitting still. Just practice helping your body relax. You know, that's something that needs to happen. So those are the, like, 3 things about self-control: movement, impulse, and emotional control. You know, those are things that happen. So let's talk about how this happens in anger. Because sometimes sometimes people have arguments, right? Because of these issues. When they have those arguments, right? It is some rules about it. Because even in this house, this is why I thought it was a good thing for us to talk about. Because me and Blake have arguments more often now. And that pisses me off too. Because I don't like having other people's issues in my fucking house. And right now I got other people's issues in my fucking house. So, the do's and don'ts of anger. Do express how you feel clear and concisely. Don't blame others for how you feel. Own them. That is something that boys will do. Boys will be like, and men too, they take that shit into adulthood. And so, as a mom, as a fucking, who got this? As a T. Jones? You see what I'm saying? You gotta stop them. Because these little motherfuckers will grow the fuck up and lie to their fucking girlfriends and people about dogs for no motherfucking reason at fucking all. You understand? Uh-huh. So, you gotta stop them. And the person that told me this was my own father. My father told me this. My father said it. If you care about him, you see, if you care about him, then you stop his ass. You let him fucking know he has to give you the fucking truth or it's nothing else at fucking all. And that's when you let the fuck go. Because the motherfucker, if he didn't respect you that day, he will not respect you the next fucking day. Put his ass the fuck out of your fucking life. And that's why I don't have a man now. That is why I'm fucking single. Okay, so anyway, yeah, you gotta own your feelings. And that's something that you need to teach them. Like, that's how you feel. Like, you don't have to lie about that. Like, it's like, why do you not? Don't always do it, though. Especially with your sons. Like, your husbands, yes. Oh, adult men, yes. Teenagers, yes. But I'm saying, like, for real, at a certain age, you kind of let them kind of, I let him kind of, if he gets the point, I kind of be like, okay, you cool. Like, you get the point. Because he'll change his story. And it's like, if we change the story and it's the correct story, I'm like, okay. Yeah, you get it now. So, that's what you're going to have. I still have this headache. Oh. I have a headache. I probably need to wash my hair. Okay. Do recognize your early signs of anger to stop it from escalating. And see, that's what I do. I recognize it, and so I just sit in silence. Because if not, I'm going to pop the fuck out this damn dog every fucking time I see it. I don't care how cute it is. This fucking dog get on my fucking nerves. Okay, so don't ignore feelings because they become stress and unresolved hurt. I actually say it. I am annoyed. This is... You see, and there's nothing wrong with people saying that. It's nothing wrong with anybody saying that. I am annoyed when you do this. This is this. And you know, I used to actually be in a relationship where I couldn't tell him that. I couldn't say I was we talked about this yesterday. I am annoyed. I am very annoyed with you. I see my chin is like super shiny. Okay. So, that's my whole thing. It's like, why would I do that? You know, what is going on? So, y'all, I only have on eyeshadow. I put eyeshadow around here. I put eyeshadow on my nose. I put it as a highlight, my cupid's bow, my forehead. And then I thought I could do it on my chin, but that's not a good idea. I think everything else works. Whoopee! I feel like whoopee! Whoopee! I love, man. Come on. Whoopi Goldberg, girl. Now you see why I kind of look like you today. Do take a time out for at least 20 minutes to calm down. Yes. Yesterday was like a whole calm day because I knew I was going to be pissed off. I knew I was pissed off. I was just pissed. Don't just leave. Let them know you need a break. That's something else people do. This is something, all these don'ts are things that men do. It's unfair. It is unfair for you to do that to anybody. And this is not only men, it's guilty people. I ain't gonna have nothing to say. You need to say it. Shut the fuck up and say what the fuck you need to say. Like you apologize. Like it's your fault. Like you brought the fucking problem here. You know what I'm saying? Like why would you do that? You know, answer the fucking questions. Because people that are not guilty will just sit down and, well, this is what happened on this day at that time. You see? But a guilty ass person, I ain't got nothing to say. You do have something to say. And you need to fucking say it. It's not even a question. Say what the fuck you need to say. And that needs to be in the form of a fucking apology. And then go sit by yourself and hold your fucking self. Because you need some fucking healing. You understand? Okay. Do find healthy outlets like vigorous exercise or writing to express it safely. That is good. Especially if you have a short temper. You know, you got to get over it. You have to, honey. Because that's not going to help you in life. You know, you have to sit down and get closer to yourself and just let yourself know that you yourself are one of the most beautiful things and creatures alive. Especially when you know that in your heart of hearts that you really don't mean any harm by what you're doing. And the other person is really just fucking with you. So you can draw flowers and temples and you can even draw the evil that is within them that you saw. You know, it's just like sometimes you got to get closer to yourself. So just find a healthy way to do that. Okay? without smacking the shit out of somebody. And that's just what happens. Like, because all this is stuff. It's just that's what you don't want to get to, is where you got to hit somebody. Even though you want to fuck somebody up. Don't use swearing, threatening gestures, or block exes, or have physical contact. That's the stuff you don't do out of anger. I have had that done to me. It's not a good feeling. As a victim, it's not for you to stand in front of me, for you to push me another way, for you to try to convince me that this is how it's supposed to be when it's not, for you to try to belittle me, for you to try to make me feel like I'm a child, for you to go through things that you shouldn't be going through. All those different things. It's like, you don't do that. That's not something you do. And I don't think these people did it out of anger. They did it out of jealousy. All my issues stem from other people's jealousy. Okay? Do make amends by acknowledging abusive anger. And that's the whole thing. That's what I'm trying to do. I have to acknowledge that I am fucking angry at this dog. And he needs, yes. See, because I smell poop right now. I'm about to end the video because I know that it's in this house somewhere. Don't just say sorry. Find the tools to change. And that's the point of doing all those things. It's so that all the do's that you do, that is why you do it. It's because you want to get a chance to resolve who you are and move past all these issues. And the same thing, that's still Adlerian therapy. It's like you got to look at yourself and look at the problem, or look at whatever it is that is bothering you and figure out, how do I fix it? What is my problem with it? How do I get over it? And that is all it is. So if you have any issues with self-control, you first off need to figure that out. Okay? If you have an impulse to hit, that's an issue with self-control. If you have an impulse to cut somebody out, that's an issue with self-control. If you have an issue to be vindictive and a manipulating bitch, that's an issue with self-control. So you then need to find out what it is that is angering you. And then there you go. You start to figure it out and write down a list and start to go through your own therapy of getting to know yourself and why that is bothering you. And it could not even be the person in front of you. It could be a very deep-seated issue that happened when you were a child. And that's why we begin there. So anyway, this is Jhenè with Brown Sugar Talk. I am not a doctor. I'm just speaking from real fucking experience. So anyway, it's Jhenè with Brown Sugar Talk and the Black Unicarns, telling you guys to have a great fucking day. Eat some cereal, some Wheaties, some oatmeal, or some cream of wheat. If you're in the Midwest, please add that sugar and that butter. And be happy, okay? Have a great day. Great day.